So, Ermis Kyprianou. Firstly, I reckon that's a wonderful name. But I should say you're the sales manager at Voiteck.
I am.
And you've been with Voiteck for such a great amount of time, and it's been wonderful having you as a sales manager here. But the name, it's always excited me, that name. Maybe explain a bit where that name has come from.
Sure. So Ermis is a name of a god. It's
didn't need to be said.
Didn't need to be said. It's the messenger god. So he used to talk to all the gods, apparently.
Right. Hence telecommunications.
Hence communications. And he was also the god of thieves, which is interesting as well.
Okay.
So yeah, he knew all the intel, so he used to probably take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And Kyprianou, it just means I'm from Cyprus.
Right.
Kyprianou means from Cyprus.
So you're the god of gods from Cyprus.
The communication god that thieves from Cyprus.
I love it. Fits in so well. Well done, you. So you've been with Voiteck now for a while. So talk to me, how long have you been with Voiteck and what made you join? Maybe give us a little bit of your background of how you got into Voiteck.
Sure. So I joined Voiteck 6 years ago, this August. So
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been in telecommunications before that for I think 5 years, 5.5 years, and Voiteck 6, so 11.5 years in the telecommunications industry. Yeah. Before that, I had a stint about 5 or 6 years in the recruitment industry. So I've gone through a journey within sales roles in recruitment and telecommunications.
And where did you get your where do you get your hospitality and your graciousness from? Where did that come from? Was that recruitment?
No. I was from the UK originally, so I've been in Adelaide for 15 years now. Previous to that, my family had a hospitality business.
Gotcha.
So we had a restaurant for about 150 people, a function suite for about 600 people, and a hotel with about 22 rooms.
Wow.
So my grandfather, who I'm named from, started the business. And I grew up there. I learned to walk there, started off washing dishes, and then ended up running the function suite and doing a bit of marketing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you think some of the skills that you've learnt there you still use today?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just learning to deal with people is probably the greatest tool I've learnt from that industry.
Yeah. So if we take this back a little bit, so 11 years in telecommunications, 5 years in recruitment, so roughly 16 years, 17 years, all of that in Australia?
Yes.
The market, so in that period of time, so we had mobile phones then, 16 years ago, but what sort of changes have you seen in the market from when maybe you started in telecommunications to what you see today? What's been happening?
So the mobile space, first of all, everything's really getting cheaper with more value in return.
Right.
So customers are paying less on their monthly accounts, probably getting a more advanced device in their hands with the iPhones and with Apple and the Samsung Galaxy phones.
What's your poison, Miss? Which one do you like?
I'm an Apple person, really. I love the Macs. I love the iPods.
Yes.
I love the way it all works together.
Gotcha. So go back to the market. So what else have you seen going on?
A lot of changes are happening outside people's doors now. So the last, I would say, 3 to 5 years, the copper network's getting shut off with the advent of the NBN.
Yes.
So it means businesses are really forced to have a really good look at their fixed lines and internet services and say, how can we do it better? Well, we need to do something now.
Yes.
And is there better alternatives? And we're one of those alternatives in the market.
So I think it's fair to say that the majority of businesses have been with Telstra, predominantly with Telstra, and they are a big organisation. Do you think you can see a change in that now?
I do. I do see a change in that now. When there is... You don't have to be with Telstra anymore.
Right.
Before, it was customers only knew that there's one major provider in Australia, which is Telstra, that had all that fixed infrastructure. Nowadays and Telstra are great, don't get me wrong, they do a really good job, but in our world, we provide a layer of speciality that Telstra don't have, because they let other people put in their phone systems. They don't do it themselves. Whereas we've got control over that, where we've a lot of skill in implementing customer services over internet connections, and it makes a real difference.
So, pennies dropped for me a little bit there, where people talk about the NBN as being the internet service. But you're creating a linkage now between the internet and also your phone service.
Correct.
So if I'm a small business, what would that matter to me? I've got my internet through an Internode or someone else, and then I've got my telephone, say with Telstra. Are you saying all of that's just about to change?
Yes, it is changing, because that copper network is the traditional telephone service. Is going to be disbanded.
Right.
It's a very aged piece of technology that Telstra have had for hundreds of years, I would say. Now that is going to be removed in replace of a high-speed internet service, so customers can shift their data and voice services over a single link now, if it's fast enough.
Gotcha. So I'm putting my voice and my data all on one link.
Yes.
That's going to be over the internet, so my telephone numbers will be on that link,
yes,
as well as all of my email and my internet traffic.
Correct.
So that's a radical shift for this country that we're going through. And are you a believer of the NBN?
I am.
Yeah.
I certainly am. It's, for businesses, it really does work. And the grade of NBN that we provide customers, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It really delivers a really robust service for people. Having the shift from an ADSL connection, where you might have a download speed of 15 or 20 megabits per second, an upload speed of 1 megabit per second if you're lucky, for the same sort of cost to a customer, you're getting 80 or 90 megabits download and 20 or 30 megabits upload.
Wow.
For the same price.
Yeah.
So it really is a dramatic change.
It's a radical shift.
Yes.
Yeah. And then for businesses in the city, they have other options as well.
Correct. There are other high-speed internet options that weren't available to them anymore. You can get speeds of 1,000 megabits per second for less than $700 now, which is huge. There's also other products out there. You can get 10 gig speeds.
Wow.
In Adelaide for less than $500.
Right.
Which is huge.
That's the 10 gig city. Yeah,
yes,
10 gig Adelaide.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So really, in certain areas, and the city's quite broad in that area, we're now talking, your internet is like your electricity.
Absolutely.
You flick a switch and it's on.
Correct.
And you don't have to think about it again. The days have gone past. And we're old enough to remember the 56k dial-up modem. Those days are gone.
Absolutely.
And the ADSL was only a slight improvement on that on a lot of the times. But now it's more like just a utility that we can use from there. Wow. So that is a radical shift in the market that we're seeing today. So as a sales manager, and you've been in sales, you didn't start as a sales manager when you were in recruitment. You started as a salesperson.
Yes.
You've learned a lot of skills, and you're now firmly a sales manager. Talk to me about what excites you when you come to work, what puts that spring in your step today?
What really excites me about working here is coming to my family away from family. I see it. The people here are really supportive. The team are amazing. We've got a really good group of people that makes coming to work really enjoyable. The team, my team, I'm lucky enough to have a really great team as well. There's 5 people in the sales team at the moment, and it's growing. So that excites me as well, the growth, that we are putting more salespeople out in the market to make sure that we can get our services out there. And we have our customers' interaction excites me too, because we offer a real point of difference in the market. We do save customers money. We give them really good functionality, license free, and really good old-fashioned service. So there's 18 of us in the business, 5 in sales, 10 people of those people are engineers and support people. So that makes a real difference when customers don't call centres anymore. They're speaking to a building on King William Street with all those people in, and there's a face to their partner in the telco world.
And I can certainly see that passion coming through in you. So I'm the next sales professional. So when you're hiring that salesperson that's coming in, what sort of things are you looking for? And there's probably 2 parts to this question, Ermis. So what are you looking for when you're hiring someone? But then the second part of the question is, if I'm thinking about becoming a salesperson, what are the sorts of things I should be doing now?
What I look for in a salesperson is attitude. Are they humble enough to take feedback? Experience is important in the sales world, and it's regarded highly, but it's not the be all and end all of securing a role. It's what is really important to me and the team is, would you fit within our culture? Would you fit in within our values? Where we're humble, where we're fun and funky, we're thought leaders. There's one more and I forgot.
So I would be very hungry about that.
Yeah, and we're hungry.
Yeah.
So all of those things are really important. And if people have the right attitude and are willing to learn, and they fit into that value set that we live by, they'll be a really good addition to the team.
And if I'm starting out as a salesperson, what should I be doing? So maybe I'm going through TAFE, I'm going through university, I see an ambition to be in sales. What do you think I should be doing?
I think you should be finding your passion. If you're passionate about something, that will shine through if you're selling something. So if you've got that passion, you find out as much as you can about that industry that you're passionate about. If you've got a genuine belief that, you know what, I can make a real difference in that industry, you could sell it. And if you're humble enough to learn and take feedback and not be afraid to put yourself out there, you can be really, really successful in sales. You don't necessarily need a degree to be a salesperson. There isn't a degree in sales. Sales is about following a process. And if you follow the process, you'll get results. And if you're hard working and got the right attitude, you'll get those results.
And you know, it's probably one thing for me is also the element of resilience, because sales isn't all about the fun and funky stuff the whole time. It's actually a lot of time it's about hard work. And we've got a wonderful guy with us, Jermaine, who's our lead generator. Yeah, he gets told no 96 times a day, you know. So find that sort of resilience. How do you go about finding resilience for yourself? You get more no's than you do yeses.
Yes.
What do you do to make yourself resilient?
I just don't take it personally anymore. At the beginning of my sales career, you do take every sale a personal to you.
Yes.
I have taken myself out of that now and just follow a process. And that keeps me true to, are we going to win that sale or are we not? And then if we win it because we followed the process. If we don't, I review the process and adapt for future sales to make sure that we're winning more than losing. Yeah. So that's how I stay constant, if that makes sense.
And last question for me, why do you stay with Voiteck? What does Voiteck mean to you?
We just make a real difference, and I really believe that we do. I believe that when we look a customer in the eye and we tell them this is what we're going to deliver, I know my team can deliver exactly what we say. And that is really comforting to me, because I know there's a lot of people in our industry that say a lot but don't deliver. We actually do, and I believe it with every part of me, so I can be totally upfront with our customers and say, this is what we're going to do. We are going to save you money. We are going to give you great functionality as we promised, and we're going to really look after you from our team in Adelaide. And that's why I can do what I do, and the team does what they do every day.
So Ermis, that's brilliant. So firstly, thank you for being part of Voiteck Connect, but most importantly, thank you for being the great sales manager of Voiteck.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.